Hey guys, my name is Nick and welcome to Watch This Now. Westworld is back for its third season. It has been 2 years since we've had a season of Westworld, and I'm sure there are some people out there who are like, goodbye Westworld, I don't need you anymore. The first season was incredible, and then a lot of people had a lot of problems with the second season, but I liked it. I had fun with season 2, and I have been waiting for season 3 because this is one of the few shows on any of the streaming or premium cable platforms that actually looks and feels cinematic. This big budget production provides awesome sets, solid special effects, and a great cast led by Evan Rachel Wood, Tessa Thompson, and Tandy Newton. Now, I'm not going to go over the entire overview of this show. If you have not watched the seasons in a minute, I would suggest heading over to Screen Junkies and watching their Cram It video before going into season 3, because that's what I did, and I felt pretty caught up. But I'm going to go right into season 3 because that's what we want to talk about here. In this new season, the robots who acted as the hosts of Westworld have now left the building. They are out of the park, out of Westworld, and they are in the real world. And I honestly was like, do we really need to leave the park already? I mean, I felt like there was still so much to explore, but this show has all kinds of ideas of its own, which makes it so exciting and interesting going forward, because now in this new season we follow Evan Rachel Wood's character Dolores, who is straight up on a revenge spree. She is out murdering everyone, it seems, that did her wrong when she was in the park, which means she is about to wipe out half of the planet. She is a one-woman Skynet, and I am so on board with her journey in this season. She is like a robot John Wick. She is just taking people out. It is so entertaining, but she's also doing some sort of like spy detective work on her side. I like everything going on, and Evan Rachel Wood's performance is awesome as always. She is so good as Dolores. You know when you see an actor you like in that role where they are just like jiving so right? That's what makes this for me overall. But there is a whole lot going on here because we are dealing with the aftermath of season 2, and Tessa Thompson's character Charlotte, who is now Robot Charlotte because of reasons, you know, watch that Cram It. She is now pretty much taken over the company that's overseeing all this bullshit, and she is blaming Jeffrey Wright's character for the massacre that occurred at Westworld. She's like, robots don't kill people, people kill people. She is blaming all of that on this one dude, which I think is insane, but it's also just great to see a character so brazen and like evil. It's interesting because it's Tessa Thompson, it works. We see Bernard living as not Bernard. He got out of the park and he is now trying to start his own different life. He's working at like a factory or something, going by a different name, but we all know he is going to be caught sooner or later. He actually, in this episode, I'm not going to spoil anything, but you know what's going to happen. You know how this is going to play out. Bernard was never my favorite character because after that big twist in season 1, it was just kind of like, okay. But I'm definitely on board with where he is right now, and I'm hoping to see Dolores save him. That's what I want to see, but we'll see what happens. Aaron Paul plays a new character in this season who, he has a very interesting role because he sort of works, it's interesting, he works what seems like in the future gig economy where there is this app on his phone and it will send him these random assignment jobs, and it's kind of like the app for the Ray Donovans of the future. He goes and does some stuff. I shouldn't say anything, but he goes and it's interesting. What I really like about Westworld, actually what makes me really love them leaving the park, is that we're now seeing the world created of this future and the different technology that's used and how our characters interact in this world, which I think is fantastic because they all have like iOS systems that are connected to everything. They start up your motorcycle, they will remote drive your motorcycle to you. That's something Dolores does, and there's good stuff going on in here. I really like to see what's so fun in any sci-fi film or TV show is what is the world that they're creating in terms of what we believe to be either the future or like an outer space. What I always find so interesting is seeing the real world people and grounded characters interacting with what we would consider larger than life technology. We've got some altered carbon shit going on where we've introduced that the robot characters sort of have their memory core thing that could be implanted in different hosts. I'm waiting to see that happen and people doing a whole lot of body jumping. I think there's a lot of exciting stuff set up here. So far, we have not seen Maeve. That is the one thing I'll say that maybe you don't want to hear, but Maeve is not in the first episode, which was a disappointment, but I'm hoping she comes back. Maybe because we haven't seen her, they'll give us a really legitimate reason for bringing Tandy Newton back. This first episode's focus is setting up our characters in the wake of the events that happened in the previous seasons, and I don't fully know exactly where we're going to be going forward with this season, but I don't really want to know. I want them to just sort of take me on a ride. What I have to say that is my one concern that I have to put it out there right now. I don't want to see this Westworld. What they do way too often, and what we see with way too many shows and movies now, where it tries to be so much smarter than you, where it just throws random shit at you that's like, oh, you didn't know this was happening, and it doesn't make sense, and you're like, what the fuck? I'll give Westworld this. In their previous seasons, they've done a good job of planting the seeds, so that way when there is a reveal, you go, oh, that does make sense. I'm just hoping that they don't lose that this season. I hope they don't just be like, fuck it, whatever, it's season 3, let's just throw everything at the screen, whatever, eat it up. I want everything to make sense and for things to be clear and concise and to have a cohesive narrative. That's one thing that I'm always looking for. But I have to say, even without that, just in this episode, I love the world created here. I mean, I really enjoyed Westworld as its own thing, but now I'm seeing this entire show on its own creates a wonderful world with these really interesting characters to live in, and I'm just really excited. I kind of wish I was just waiting until it was all said and done so I could binge this whole season as I've done the previous ones, but nope, I can't wait. I'm going to be watching this episode by episode, so you should go ahead and subscribe to my channel right now so you can stay up to date with future Westworld Season 3 reviews. What are you guys thinking of Season 3? Let me know. I know we're only one episode in, and you know it is what it is, but I am really on board with where this is going to go. I know some people completely fell off the Westworld train, but I'm going to lead it. I will lead the charge on this. I love this show. I think it's really good, and I'm interested to see where it goes. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to let me know what you thought in the comments below. Like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to watch this now, and that's it for this video, but I won't stop you from watching another.